Fill me out with your smile, like the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame, I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down, 'cause with you I'm safe and sound. I'm safe and sound, 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 I'm safe and sound.
Hello, hello. Hi everyone. We're going to get started quite soon if you want to take your seats. Okay, hello everyone. If you want to come and take your seat, we're going to get started. There'll be plenty of time for tea afterwards. Okay. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the College of Social Sciences welcome event. My name is Rose. I'm just going to let you settle down for a second. Thank you. My name is Rose. I'm a Student Experience and Wellbeing Manager for the College of Social Sciences. And the College of Social Sciences is made up of 4 schools: business, education, government, and social policy. We like to think that these are the kinds of issues that change the world, so we like to look at our social scientist students as the change makers in society. So please make sure that you meet other people outside your program and outside of your school, like events like today, because you're meeting fellow kind of policy changers and business leaders of tomorrow. So today, we're going to hear from some of our panelists, which I'm going to introduce in a second. But if you want to scan the QR code, we'll be taking questions throughout the session and do a question and answer session at the end. So if you want to scan that now, and then when you've got a question, you can pop it right in. I'll give you a second to do that. Okay. And I just want to say hello to the people joining us online as well. You're also welcome to ask any questions. I think we've got quite a few people joining us in the hall today. I don't know if they can see that, but yeah. So, the College of Social Sciences is the biggest college in the university. The university is split up into 5 different colleges, and I like to think we're the best one. So, like I said, we're business, education, government, and social policy. So, can I see a hands up from the business school? That's not surprising. Business is the biggest school in the university. So 1 in 6 students in the whole university is from the business school, which is quite a lot, and a lot of postgrads are in there too. Hands up if you're from education. Yeah, slightly smaller, but still very strong. School of Government. Lots of you. Yeah, Ben's a government student as well. And School of Social Policy. Fabulous. Okay, so we've got students from every school here. So like I said, we are the biggest college in the university. We're the most diverse. We also have the most postgrads, which is why you're all here today. We have the most international students, so about half of our students are from overseas. And we're really proud of that diversity, and we want to shout about it and make a big deal about how many different kind of cultures people come from. One of my colleagues the other day said that they have a student who technically was from the Arctic Circle. So we've literally got students from all over the world. She hangs out with penguins and stuff. Is it? I did this before. Arctic or Antarctic? Arctic with penguins. Oh, okay. Right, she's from somewhere very cold, so that's all I'm going to say about it. But yeah, so our speakers today, so we've got Professor Richard Black, who is the head of College of Social Sciences. We've got Professor Deborah Longworth, who's Pro-Vice Chancellor for Education. Graham Timmins, Dr. Graham Timmins, who's Director of Postgraduate Taught. Anne-Marie Glover, Deputy Director of Education. And Ben Lockley, who's the Guild of Students Postgraduate Officer. And myself, but I'm going to stop talking quite soon. So, thank you very much. I'm going to hand over to Richard Black.
So, thank you, Rose, and thank you to all of the team who've organised the event today, and a warm welcome to all of you. As Rose has mentioned, we're the largest college in the university. We're also the college in the university with the largest number of postgraduate students, and that's why we have a separate welcome for all of you, our postgraduate students. So you are most welcome. I also like to think that we're a very informal and friendly college. Ben certainly has got the informal message today, so well done, Ben, for turning up in shorts. People talk about students. Our government in the UK talks about students quite a lot. Not sure that it really likes students, actually. The university often talks about students, and very often when people talk about students, what they have in their head is an 18-year-old who has just left school and is away from home for the first time. And obviously, none of you are that student, right? You're all doing your second degree. And actually, in the college, even amongst our undergraduate students, many of our students are not that student. They are different kinds of students. So you just look around, you are a diverse group of students in terms of backgrounds, ages, nationalities, and so on. And can I tell you, this is such an advantage. Please make use of it. Now, can I check one other piece of diversity? Many of you will be on one-year programs. Who is on a one-year program? Like almost all of you. Who's on a longer program than 1 year? Very, very few. Fewer than I thought. And is anyone here for less than 1 year? Yes, we've got some visiting and exchange students, I presume, over there. You're also most welcome. You're all welcome, but let me just spend a bit of time talking to the one-year students. A year, it flies by. No sooner will you have started than you'll be back in this hall getting your degree. Fingers crossed you get your degree. I'm sure you will. So what can you do with this 1 year? Well, there's a load of stuff you can do, and actually this applies whether you're here for a semester or for a 3-year PhD. I assume the longer students here longer are PhD students. There are a load of things you can do, so please do stuff. We have research seminars in all of our departments and schools, and some for interdisciplinary research centers. You're doing a postgraduate degree, so take an interest in the research that we're engaged in the College of Social Science and in your particular discipline or subject area. Come along and participate in those research debates. We aim to be at the cutting edge, and if you think we're not, you can help us to be so, perhaps. Take an interest in the engagement we have outside the university. We have, in the College of Social Sciences, extensive engagement with our professional communities, and in fact, many of you will be doing degrees that are not primarily research degrees, but are degrees focused on professional practice of one kind or another. We have really good links with schools in the region. Indeed, we have our own university school. We have extensive links with the National Health Service and with healthcare providers of all kinds, including social care. We have links with business and lectures that take place during the year where we bring business leaders in. We have links with government, whether that's Birmingham City Council, which is the largest local authority in the UK, I think one of the largest in Europe, or with the Combined Authority, or indeed with the UK Parliament, where we have regular events at which parliamentarians come and talk here, and also members of staff who spend part of their time embedded in Parliament. We engage with the criminal justice system, with social care, with climate action, and many more areas of public policy and wider debate. So please get involved. One specific thing I wanted to draw your attention to is climate change. We're perhaps a little bit late to the party, but earlier this year, the University of Birmingham declared a climate emergency. I don't think any of us can doubt that the climate is changing, and changing in ways that we do not completely understand and that probably are extremely bad for the future. And in declaring a climate emergency, the university doesn't just want to name what is true, we also want to make sure that we take some action around it. So amongst other things, we have set up, we're in the process of setting up this year, a new Birmingham Institute for Sustainability and Climate Action. That will have events taking place through the year, and I'd encourage you to get involved in it. In the business school, and many of you are, I know, in the business school, we have for some time had a Centre for Responsible Business, and indeed responsible business is etched through everything that we try to do in the business school. We're running some new modules, hopefully many of you will benefit from them this year, focused on carbon accounting. So there are lots of things that we're trying to do, but I'd also throw the challenge out to you. If like me, you think the climate emergency is real and something that we ought to do something about, then please come to us with your ideas as well. Whether it's to promote cycling on campus, right through to engaging with climate action on another part of the world, we're interested to have your involvement with us in addressing what is a collective challenge. And diversity. Just to go back to that point, some of you will have just finished an undergraduate degree, whereas some of you will have come to your postgraduate degree with perhaps a considerable amount of professional experience. And you'll likely find in your own classes that there is that diversity of people. That again is a huge opportunity. Those of you who lack professional experience might be able to learn from people in your class who've got it. And those of you who have not studied for some time might be able to learn from those who have recently completed an undergraduate degree, whether it's here or elsewhere. So diversity matters. It makes us all stronger. I want to finish just with something hopefully a little bit motivational. I was looking for motivational things on the internet, and I came across a commencement speech at the University of Texas by Admiral William McEwen, a US admiral. Perhaps you've seen the video because it went viral, or indeed read the book. He said, "If you want to change the world, start by making your bed." I might have got that slightly wrong, but anyway, you get the idea. Now, I do make my bed every morning, but I'm not a great fan of military bed making or indeed military stuff altogether, so let me try something else. I want to finish with some words from Homi Bhabha, a great cultural theorist, talking about hybridity. And Homi Bhabha said, "The trace of what is disavowed is not repressed, but is repeated as something different, a mutation, a hybrid." So, if you think that your ideas or your views or your perspective is being disavowed, think about how you can bring that back in a different way, a hybrid, a mutation, something that will have an impact. And also remember that the people that you disagree with will be doing the same. And what is most fascinating is the engagement that we can have around that rather than winning the argument. I hope you have lots of fascinating intellectual discussions while you're here with us, whether or not you study hybridity, and you're most welcome. Do have a fabulous time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And next we've got Professor Deborah Longworth.
Thank you, and thanks, Rose. So, good afternoon, everyone. I am the Pro-Vice Chancellor for Education, and one of the real pleasures of my job is that I get to, I think, formally welcome you to your postgraduate degrees at the university. As a Professor of English Literature, I'm fairly certain I won't be teaching any of you over the coming year. But I do hope to see you around campus, perhaps to see you at events, at some of the focus group work that we do with both undergraduates and postgrads at the university. And I am probably going to be there, potentially shaking your hands at the end of your degree at your graduation ceremonies in a year or so's time. I was very privileged on Monday to represent the university at the funeral of the Queen. And while I was sat waiting, we all had to be seated by 8 a.m., so there was quite a long wait. I was thinking about what I wanted to talk to you about today. And what I saw sort of all around me and all across London that morning was the community that was developing across a whole bunch of strangers coming from across the country, from across the world, from different cultures and different backgrounds. You will make very good friends, very good networks of potentially future colleagues over your time with us. At this point, everything probably seems quite new. You're new postgraduates, many of you will be new to Birmingham. But what I experienced on Monday was people coming from all over the world with one thing in common. None of us really knew what to do. We had our calendar, we knew where we were supposed to be, we knew what we were supposed to be doing. But none of us had been through this experience before. None of us had been to the funeral of a monarch before. It was new to everyone, from the police, the servicemen, the stewards in Westminster Abbey, those of us sat in the nave, heads of state from around the world, President Biden, who came in a little bit late and looked a bit sheepish. And what everybody did was smile at each other and say hello. And so in the long queue, because we do a lot of queuing in this country, so in the queue as we were waiting to go into the Abbey, about every 5 steps or so, there was a member of the police, and they would all smile and say hello. And eventually, as we went along, and I've never said hello so many times in the space of about a minute, one of them said, "I'm not really sure what else to say. And is it okay to say good morning if you're about to go to the funeral?" And everyone sort of laughed and felt a bit awkward. But actually, what was very quickly happening was that we were becoming a community of strangers, but nevertheless with a bond. And we were able to spend those few hours together to talk with each other, to build connections with each other. And I know that if I ever see any of those people again, which is very unlikely, that we would, again, be able to come together and talk, to recognize each other. Our community at Birmingham is extremely diverse, it's extremely international. It includes students, staff, and researchers from all over the world, from different cultures and different backgrounds. For all of you here, this may be a new experience, you haven't done it before, and my real piece of advice to you is to smile and say hello to the people next to you, to the people in the queue for coffee, in the queue for the library, just passing you across campus. And if people reach out to you, to smile and say hello back to them, because otherwise we'll probably all look slightly mad. It's that kindness, it's that basic human connection that builds a community out of strangers. It's from that you will develop deep friendships, but also a broader bond across all of us who work and study at the university. So that's my first piece of advice. My second piece of advice is to make the most of everything the university has to offer. It's our job to support you in developing as postgraduates, academically and professionally during your time with us. But that development is not just about your program, your assessments, your grades, and I can't emphasize that enough. You will enjoy a rich and rewarding education with us, engage with everything that your tutors are teaching you, all of the varied learning opportunities, the varied careers opportunities offered to you. But do also, and I know a one-year course is quite tight, but do also take the opportunity to get involved with the different kinds of roles, representative or ambassador roles that are available to postgraduates. Do take that opportunity to take part perhaps in some of our volunteering activities, to become involved in some of the focus group curriculum development work that we regularly do. All of these contribute to your development, they broaden and round out your CV, they help to form you into the rounded graduates that our employer partners are telling us they are looking for in students applying to them after university. So smile and say hello, take every opportunity to get involved, and a very warm welcome to the university. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we will hear from Dr. Graham Timmins.
Hello everybody, could I add my welcome to you all in my capacity as the Postgraduate Taught Director in the University Graduate School. The Graduate School was created about 6 years ago, and its primary function is to promote the views, the needs, the concerns of PGT students within the university. So if you like, I'm your champion. I'm the person who's there promoting you and your interest around the university. I will also admit that I have a special interest in the College of Social Sciences. It's my academic home. So I'm based in the School of Government. So I don't know if anybody will be, is on my module on EU foreign policy that starts next week. I hesitate to ask because I might get no takers, but if I end up teaching you next week, I look forward to seeing you all in my lectures and seminars. And I hope that you all have a successful and an enjoyable time here at the university. I'm sure you're all eager to get stuck into your studies, or indeed if you're based in the School of Education, many of you have already started. So I hope you're already stuck in and enjoying what you're doing already. Now it's appreciated that your immediate focus will be on your fellow students, on your program, and engagement and interaction with the staff who are teaching you. But what I want to do in my capacity as the PGT lead within the graduate school is just to spend some time reminding you that you're part of a wider PGT student community. There are something like 12,000 PGT students here at the university. So you're a big part, as Rose was pointing out, COS has the largest single PGT community at the university, but there are many more PGT students in other colleges doing fascinating, interesting programs. And many of you will be here doing fairly conventional one-year master's programs, but many of you will be doing shorter programs, that was mentioned before. Many PGT students will be off campus and doing courses outside of the university. Some of you, not here obviously, will be doing distance learning programs. Many PGT students will be based at our overseas campuses in Dubai and Singapore. There really isn't a one-size-fits-all PGT student. The whole university PGT community will have very different needs and expectations of what they want to get out of their time at the university. And what I hope is that you can all get the most of your time here. And I speak for all colleagues, whether it's at departmental, school, college or university level, that we'll be doing our best to support you. The specific contribution that the graduate school plays in this is we have two key objectives. And they are to develop the PGT student community across the campus and between the various campuses that we have here and around the world, and to support your academic journey, however you're studying, how long you're studying for, and so on. So in addition to the support you'll be receiving within the College of Social Sciences, what we do in the graduate school is provide a series of regular talks for both UG taught and UG research students. So it's not just about helping you to meet other PGT students. We also put on events where you can meet postgraduate research students. It's about developing and fostering the sense of that wider postgraduate community. We have a small scholarship fund that supports student-led activities, something that I call a good ideas fund. So if you have any good ideas about activities you'd like to put on that would help develop that sense of a postgraduate community across the university, please come and talk to us. And we also put on a series of training sessions, so-called PGT Essentials, that we offer throughout the year. So for example, on the 5th of October, we have a PGT Essentials online session on transitioning to postgraduate study. So if that's something that would interest you, just what are the demands, the challenges of moving from undergraduate to postgraduate level, please sign up and come along to that session on the 5th of October. And if you'd like further information about what the graduate school does, there are lots of different ways in which you can contact us. So you should all, hopefully, be able to access the graduate school PGT hub via your Canvas profile. There's information on the PGT hub that will tell you about various events and activities that we're hosting in the graduate school. You can also find us via the university web pages. There's social media, or you can contact Lizzie O'Connor, who's our PGT engagement officer, directly. You have her email address there. You can even also contact me. Yeah, so if there's anything that you want to raise or address or talk about, come and talk to us and we will do our best to support you. So I wish you all well for the coming year. It goes without saying that you'll be working hard, especially those of you who are doing my module next week. Yeah, if you've already signed up for that module and you've seen the Canvas site, there's at least 4 readings you ought to have done by now. Yeah, hopefully you have. Enjoy your time here. Make the most of it. It will go so quickly. This is what postgraduate taught students tell me. I've been teaching now for nearly 40 years in higher education, and what I absolutely love about teaching postgraduate students is that unlike UG students, who are still in many ways still finding their bearings about what it is they want to achieve at university, PGT students come here, most of you will have very fixed ideas, either an intellectual passion or a professional focus. You have much more clearer reasons why you want to be a student here doing this program. And that's what makes teaching PGT students so special. And that's been a highlight throughout my career of teaching this particular student cohort. So I hope you all work hard and get the most out of your programs. You'll be focused on the academic challenges. That time will go so quickly. I hope at the same time, though, that you'll find moments where you can sit back, relax, breathe, engage with the University Graduate School, come out and meet other PGT students in other colleges or other parts or other campuses across the university, and be part of that wider community and get the most out of the wider experience of being a PGT student at the University of Birmingham. Thank you.
Okay, next we have Ben Lockley from the Guild of Students.
Fantastic, thank you so much, Graham. Hello everybody, are we all excited? You should be excited. I sat in your seats right now about 4 years ago in 2018, and the Guild officer then gave a talk, and I remember feeling so excited because this is a fantastic university, so diverse, so many opportunities, and you're going to have a really good year. I can promise you that now. So I'm just here basically to give you a bit of a rundown as to what the Guild of Students is. Who knows what a student union is? Put your hand up if you know what a student union is. Well, not that many people. So a student union is there to represent your interests in terms of your academic needs, your welfare needs, and it's elected democratically by you, and you're all automatically members by virtue of being students here at Birmingham. So I'm Ben, the postgraduate officer, so I'm your primary contact in the student union for, as I say, any of your education welfare needs. So I'm just going to hope this works. So as you can see there, there's 6 other full-time officers, so we're basically paid full-time to make sure you have a great time at university. So you can find our details on the Guild website, and if you drop us an email of any issues or concerns you have at all. So I'm just going to run through now some of the things we offer here at the Guild. As it says, we represent you beyond the lecture theatre. So if you're having issues in your personal life, if you're having issues handling your finances, juggling your work with your education, we are the people to come to for those sorts of issues. We also sit as officers on high-level university committees, so we can really make a difference to your education here at Birmingham and take your feedback and implement it into action. So as I say here, great place as well to meet new people. Later on today, there's a PGT event run by the Graduate School in the top floor of the Student Union. Does everyone know where the Guild is? Everyone know where the Guild is, yeah? So you just go out of that door there, to the right, and across the bridge. You come there at 3 o'clock. We've got a PGT mixer, great place to have a chat, have some scones, have a hot tea or coffee, and have a chat with other PG students, and try and make some friends, because really, your education will thrive if you get the most out of your social and personal life while at university. I promise you that. So, welcome back events. We also run at the Guild Club Nights, which is one of the safest places to go on a club night in Birmingham is the Student Union. So on Wednesdays and Saturday nights every week. You can find details about that on the Guild website. We also have over 360 student groups and societies. So even if you didn't manage to get over to the Societies Fair yesterday and Tuesday, please get involved with as many societies as possible, because they are really the lifeblood here at the university and of student activity outside of lectures. As I say, that's as well, this Sunday, Selly Sports Day in Selly Park, a really great chance as well to meet people in an informal setting. It looks like the weather's going to hold out for us, so head over to Selly Park. It's hard to describe where it is, but if you go on Google Maps and type in Selly Park, you can find where Selly Park is and come to our Sports Day on Sunday, which is going to be a really good event again. So any questions at all? These are your key, you might want to take a photo of this. This is a really good context to have. So you've got your community at guild.bm.ac.uk as your primary contact for any community issues or anything like that. You've also got Guild Advice. As I say, any issues with your personal circumstances, your academic circumstances, or even just questions at all about where to go and get help at university, get in touch with Guild Advice. They're a really, really great team of advisors there to help support you. We offer a mentoring service as well. So emails on the slideshow there you can see. We offer a mentoring service. So if you want to have a bit of support with I guess developing your personal skills and how you develop as a person here at Birmingham and how you see yourself going forward into the future, the mentoring service is a great, great scheme as well. So I believe now I'm handing over to Anne-Marie. Is that all right? Fantastic.
Hello everybody, it's lovely to see so many of you here today. My name is Anne-Marie Glover and I'm the College Deputy Director of Education. And Deborah said it's very unlikely that you would meet her in your time here. If you are in the School of Social Policy studying a professional social work qualifying programme, you are highly likely to meet me, and that's one of the 2-year postgraduate degrees that was referred to earlier on. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to talk to you about 3 particular things. The first thing is our commitment to giving you the best student experience here at the university and particularly within the college. The second thing is the support that we offer and the focus on that support and on your broader well-being. And then finally, how you can get involved in your programme and your community that's been referred to earlier, making it the best experience it can be. So firstly, the student experience. You've heard quite a bit about the diversity of students and the diversity of programmes here. You just have to look around you. Certainly, looking out, we can see the different age ranges, the different experiences, the different parts of the world that you may have come from. One of the things that's so unique about the College of Social Sciences is whichever school you're studying in, there will be people within those schools teaching you who've had experience in business, in government, in education, in social policy, my own experience in criminal justice and in child protection, social work. You're being taught by people who have made a difference, who have influenced policy and practice and undertake cutting-edge research in those areas too. So how do we give you this high-quality student experience? You can see here the philosophy and the mission and the aims of student experience and well-being within the College of Social Sciences. You can see here a real focus on partnership with students, and I'll say more about that in a moment. But how we develop you, how you can have access to opportunities to develop yourself, as Graham has talked about, how we communicate with you, how we keep you informed and want to hear from you, and that community that's been talked about so much as well. Within the college, we have student experience and wellbeing managers. You've met Rose, you'll be able to talk to her later. We also have student experience officers within each of the schools, with a real focus on hearing from you, supporting you in terms of student staff forum, for example. So come and find them, come and find us on campus, come and talk to us afterwards. The second thing is about the support that we can provide you within the college. As you are diverse students, you have a range of different needs. You haven't come straight from school, you might have come straight from a first degree, but you may be a mature student, you may be an international student, you may have caring responsibilities. And those experiences are unique, as are your particular needs. As well as personal academic tutoring, there are also school wellbeing officers. And these are the people who can point you in the direction of all those supports and the additional resources and advice and help that you might need, in addition to some of the things that Ben has talked about in relation to the Guild. Everybody, whether it is your programme directors, your academic teaching team, the professional services colleagues who support you from educational perspective, everybody is here to support you to have that best experience you can have. And the third thing I mentioned, getting involved. You've heard quite a bit about the support within the graduate school, the activities and support within the guilds. This is your community. We want you to get involved in that community. That's how it can be the best it can be. So whether that is acting as an ambassador or a student representative, actually we're committed to engaging with you, to working in partnership with you, and to hearing your voice. And we don't just listen to you, we act on the feedback that you give to us as well. So finally, enjoy the event. There's a giveaway at the end of the event as well. As Rose says, there's a chance to pose questions, so do post those for us and we'll respond to those in a moment. Talk to us afterwards about anything in relation to your studies or things we've said today. But most of all, as everybody has said, well done, congratulations, a huge welcome to the college, and enjoy the next few weeks and months ahead. Thank you so much.
Okay, fabulous. Thank you so much. I know we've just done quite a lot of talking at you, but now it's your chance to ask us the questions. So we have our panel, which I've introduced already. If you haven't opened it and asked us a question yet, please do. I've got some questions coming through. And can we have our PGT ambassadors up to the stage as well, so you can ask some of our current students, which you all are current students, but our students who have been here for a little bit to answer some questions. So my favourite question that has come through now is, will I pick up a Brummie accent while studying here? You might do. I think you're more likely to pick up a Chinese accent or an Indian accent or a Manchester accent. I lived with some people from Manchester in my first year, and I came back at Christmas. My mum was like, did you go to Birmingham or Manchester University? So, yeah, it's unlikely because we've got people all over the world, but the Brummie accent's not that bad. It is quite nice, actually. All right. Do you want to introduce yourselves, ambassadors, and what you studied? Study.
Hi, I'm Kitty, and I'm about to start International Security Masters.
Hi, I'm Eleanor, and I'm about to start my Masters in Education, and I'm doing the Social Justice pathway.
Hi, this is... apologies, I sound extremely weird on microphone. Don't worry, I sound more weirder in person. But yeah, this is Pritesh. I technically am still a student, but I started last year, so yeah. I'm doing my Master's in Management, sorry.
What did you do your Master's in?
Master's in Management.
Management, okay, lovely, great, cool. Okay, fabulous. Oh, this is a nice question. What is unique about UOB's COS compared to other Russell Group universities?
What's unique about?
About COS, about College of Social Sciences.
I promised I wasn't going to say anything different, anything the same in this session that I said in the session with undergraduates. I think we are uniquely well engaged with professional practice, particularly in our region. So I mentioned that in my initial words. We run the UK's largest training programme for NHS professionals in leadership and management. We have really extensive school networks around the region. I was at an event last night where we were reflecting with school leaders from across the region on the aftermath of some difficult years for schools and how we're going to work together to make education better in the region. We're very well connected with the region's businesses and with the region's politicians from all parties. So I think at Birmingham you have that opportunity, particularly within a postgraduate degree, to be part of that bridging of professional practice and academic study. That to me is what we're all about.
Lovely. I think there's also something to note that the university has a civic mission to the wider population of Birmingham, and it was started as a civic university, which means that we try to have a positive impact on the local community. We do a lot of partnership with local businesses, like Richard just said, and we try to have that positive impact. And as social scientists, I think you have a really key role in that. When will we know our complete timetable? Apologies if you haven't had this already. We know that there's been some IT issues. You will have it very soon. I recognise it's Friday and things are starting on Monday, so we're hoping to do that very soon. If you're struggling with this, then you can contact your Education Support Office. So if you Google "contact your school, University of Birmingham," it'll be the first link that comes up and you can contact your school that way. Are there any jobs available at the university that we can apply for? Ben, do you want to say?
Yeah, there absolutely are. If you head into the Guild of Students on the ground floor and ask at reception where it is, there's an office called WorkLink, and WorkLink is the student recruitment agency, so they exclusively hire students for paid casual roles here at the university that are managed really, really well around your studies. So it's definitely somewhere to head on campus during these next couple of weeks, just to pop in, familiarise yourself with where it is, and they can point you in the right direction online as to how you apply for all the different student staff roles. I think I counted the other day, I've had about 15 different jobs while at university, because just lots and lots of paid casual roles over the 4 years I've been here. It can be anything from stewarding in the Bramwell, to cleaning, to working on the Welcome Week marquee, to working in the library, returning books to the shelves. There's so many really, really great jobs that are really generously paid actually as well here at university, so definitely something to get involved with while you're here.
Thank you. And I think this one is also for you as well. Can you suggest a few volunteering roles for a PGT student?
Well, it really depends what you want to go into, really. We have, if you're in the School of Education, for example, you might want to get involved in a volunteering role, going into local schools, working with disadvantaged students, doing tutoring. If you're in the area of international development and things like that, you might want to get a volunteering role going on one of our programs abroad. If you're in a business role, you might want to get involved with some third sector activity in the local community, developing small businesses, developing organisations that kind of help people from disadvantaged backgrounds starting businesses. And you can find all the information about that through our student groups portal on the Guild website. There's a really, really great point of contact there. But also at the university's side of things, there's also Careers Network. And if you get in touch with Careers Network and arrange a meeting, it's something I really, really recommend everybody does, because they can talk you through the steps as to what volunteering opportunities you might need to do and what experience you might need to gain to go into your chosen field or area.
Cool, thank you.
Can I just say, on the subject of jobs, when I was a student, I did quite a range of jobs to see me through my degree, and I bet that none of you can guess what my favourite job was.
Thank you.
I was a bouncer, and I really liked it because it got me into gigs.
Wow.
Think laterally.
Yeah. Cool. I've got a couple of questions from international students who haven't received their visas yet and wanting to join classes online. Unfortunately, because of the Home Office, they've released a law that we're not able to offer live lectures anymore, but we are going to try and record things and provide more materials on Canvas so that students can catch up when they arrive. And that's answering another question as well. How do we get into a research program or to be a research assistant? Can anyone answer that?
So I would say the thing to do there is to talk to your tutors. I mean, I've already suggested that you get engaged with the research that's going on in your department. It's the tutors and academic members of staff in the department who will know what research positions are available. All of our positions are, in principle at least, are advertised, but if you have the skills and qualifications, it's good to know when things are coming up so you can prepare yourself for them.
And what I'd add to that is certainly go on to the graduate school PGT hub or onto the graduate school website and have a look at the information there. That it's not just covering PGT students, taught students, it also covers PG research students. And again, one of our key activities is about creating opportunities for PGT and PGR students to mix with each other. So have a look at the information on the website, and there could be aspects of the information that we currently provide for PGR students that would be relevant also to PGT.
Just to add as well to that, the college has a postgraduate research student lead, and there are PGR leads within the schools and some departments as well. And you will often find that they will come and talk to you at some point through that first year about the opportunities available to you to go on to undertake a research program of study, so a doctoral program, for example. So you will either have the opportunity to hear from them or contact them at some point. And again, as Richard and Graham have said, you can contact people within your particular schools to find out more about that and who to speak to.
Thank you. I have one for our ambassadors. What would you recommend PGT students getting involved in during their year?
I would say join societies, definitely, because you'll find other people who enjoy the same things that you do, and there's so many societies at Birmingham. I think there's over 300, so there's definitely going to be something for you no matter what you're interested in. And also just like talk to people on your course. Don't be afraid to like be that guy who like goes and says hi to everyone, because everyone else will want to do that too, but they might be too nervous. So definitely like take the first step and do things even if other people won't, because that's how you make friends.
Yeah. With society, so you have to acknowledge the fact that you only have 1 year here. So say yes to every opportunity you get. You'll get mails from your student experience officer every week. So go through them. They'll have all the events lined up for the next week or the month after. So go to every single one of them. You only have 1 year. Make the most out of it.
From a personal standpoint, I did my undergrad here and I was so lazy and I did nothing for 3 years, and then I felt really guilty about it, so I did my master's and joined every society, did everything, was a student rep, and now I am where I am today, so would recommend. Graham?
And go along to the graduate school PGT Essentials UGS talks. That's where you can meet students from all around the university, from different campuses. One of the great pleasures I've had in being PGT director is that I got out of the College of Social Sciences and got to go and meet colleagues around the other 4 colleges. And what's absolutely fascinating are the programs that we offer, particularly at PGT level, and the different things that students here at the university are doing. I would have never found those things out had I not taken on this university role. So do what I've done and actually step outside of course on occasions and go to the graduate school events and meet students in the other parts of the university. Absolutely fascinating to find out what they're doing.
Thank you. And would joining society hinder my studies as a 1-year PG2 student? I really don't think so. As long as you don't join like 50, then you can pick 1 or 2 things that you really want to get involved in. I think from employability's perspective, someone with a first or a distinction but no experience is probably less hireable than someone with a distinction or a merit or I can't remember which the ones are, with a less degree but has loads of experience. So think of it that way. Does anyone have anything to add to that?
Yeah, just to say that, as I mentioned in my talk briefly, that your mood and how you're feeling and how your mental health is will affect to such a high degree how well you do in your studies. So please, 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 make sure you have some downtime, make sure you have some time to get involved in societies and have some fun, because that will reflect so much better, and that will improve so much your academic abilities.
And a related question actually that's just come through, for students supported by the mental health and wellbeing team, will the privacy of students be guaranteed? Absolutely. We will not tell anyone anything that you've said to us unless we think that you might be in trouble, or we think you might be in danger for any reason. It's a completely confidential service in the way, so please use it. All right, I think we're wrapping up. But one last question, Villa or Blues?
Blues.
Villa.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, Aston Villa and Birmingham Blues are our football teams, so thank you for that question. Blues.
Manchester United.
No fair. Okay, thank you so much. So any questions that haven't been answered out loud, check the app afterwards because we've got a team over here answering them, or you can come up to us at the end. So now it's just the networking space of the evening, the afternoon. So I just want to say thank you to our panel. And to our ambassadors, of course, as well. So go mingle with your college community. We will now release the College of Social Scientists mugs, so anyone who left early will not get a mug. And make sure that you follow us on Instagram and get in touch. Like, we're so happy that you're here to join us, and we're here throughout your year. Okay.